name is Indy and today I'm here with some friends! Woo! These are my best friends, Michelle and Caitlin. They both have social media things. Michelle has her website,
The Unfinished Bookshelf.
and Caitlin is a bookstagrammer.
I am Books Baby.
So I will link them all down below in other of their social media links. But yes, we're here today to do a video. There's so many people.
I know, there's no room in Indy's room.
I know, I literally had to rearrange my whole room. It's like, it's been interesting. We're gonna be doing the musical theatre tag today. Yay! The original is by something like Lydia, so I will link the original down below.
I think we should tell them why we chose musical book tag as well.
Oh, yes. Go
because
ahead.
we all met
We all
each
met
other
at a musical.
That's true, we did meet at a musical.
Talking about books.
Yeah.
Sorry, Austin, you're here in memory because our other
Yes.
friend.
Indy and I became friends at Legally Blonde, and then Michelle in Anything Goes.
So, we're musical people. Just
Yeah.
none of us did it this year, that's all.
Busy reading books.
Exactly, always.
Yes.
So without further ado, let's do the questions then. Right, question 1 is Wicked favorite fictional friendship.
For favourite fictional friendship, I picked Harry and Luna from Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Because they're just really cute, and he's like the only one that's nice to her except for Ginny. So,
I agree. That's
yeah,
cute, that's cute.
I just think that's a cute one.
Alright, for my one, I'm going with Fergus and Jamie from Outlander because he adopted Fergus like a son. Spoilers for book 2, but not really, so it's okay, but I love Outlander.
For my favourite fictional friendship, I am going for Anne of Green Gables. I love this book so much. Okay, so I love the friendship that Anne and Diana have in this. Particularly love when they get drunk on the cordial as well. That's my favourite bit.
What?
It's a very good
They
book
think
and
they're
you
drinking
need
red
to read
cordial
it.
and they're drinking like red wine.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
really
Okay. Question 2 is Sweeney Todd, your favourite villain.
So for this, I have chosen one of my favourite books, which is Vicious by V.E Schwab. I love her books and this one is particularly amazing. I love Victor, who is the villain in this, but the whole idea of the book is he really a villain?
Oh, that's right.
What makes a villain and what makes a hero, and it's a really interesting discussion, but I love Victor in Vicious.
Mine, I'm going with Sebastian Morgenstern from the Model Instrument series by Cassandra Clare. He's kind of in books 3 to 6. The ending is like, it will kill you, honestly, but he's just like so horrible. I always say that he's a bastard because that's like my way to describe him, so Sebastian.
For mine, I'm going with Illuminae. So I picked this one because I think that Aiden, or the artificial intelligence in here, who is so interesting because he's not even a real character, but then he's like destroying the ships or then helping them, and it was just really interesting.
Question 3 is Phantom of the Opera, your favourite love triangle. For this one, I feel like it's a classic. Everyone would probably choose this one. It's Jem, Tessa and Will from the Fatal Devices series by Cassandra Clare. It's heartbreaking. It's everything, and I don't know, I can't spoil too much, but like, I feel like everyone knows the story. Probably not you guys, but everyone else in the booktube world knows the stories. That's all I need to say.
I was going to say the same thing because I picked Katniss, Peter and Gale from the Hunger Games. So everyone's on a team. Team Peter.
Team Peter.
I didn't finish.
Oh, Michelle. Oh my god. I just really love the story between all 3 of them because you can totally see why she struggles with her decision, but also Josh Hutcherson is everything. I'm sorry, Liam Hemsworth.
Like, they're both really good candidates, like, even the actual actors,
I know,
but like,
even-
Kale didn't have a chance at the same time in the movies.
I
Like,
know.
They didn't bother.
It wasn't the same in the movies.
Well, I have been a little bit controversial and not picked a love triangle because I actively avoid books that have love triangles. It is
That's probably why she hasn't read this series.
a little bit, yeah. I do try to avoid hyped books. I've just got a thing about hyped books and I really try to avoid love triangles. I absolutely hate them, but Indy, you were saying before, it's like one of your favourite tropes.
Like, a little
I
bit.
find them interesting.
They are interesting because they're not always like stock standard. Some of them are a bit, you're like,
Yeah,
but
but
some of them.
are interesting.
Question 4 is The Lion King, your favourite sidekick. Take it away.
Okay, since I can't pick Timon and Pumbaa,
Oh, so true.
I have picked Isaac from The Fault in Our Stars because I just thought he was really cute. He was funny, and like he still had a sad story with losing like his eyes and his sight and everything.
His girlfriend.
And his girlfriend. Oh my god, she was such a bitch. It's like a secondary character to Hazel and Gus's main story. He was also really interesting and really funny, and so that was pretty good.
For mine, I want to go with Simon from the Model Instrument series, but I've picked too many. So I'm going with Allied from Empire of Storms, particularly out of the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J Maas, because she's in it like a lot more. And I don't know, there's so many characters, so she's not necessarily straight up a sidekick, but like she's kind of a sidekick to Manan in a way, and I don't know. It's a bit of a difficult situation one, but I think she's kind of a sidekick character.
For mine, I have gone for a book which I really need to reread before the movie comes out next year. So that's Jasper Jones by Craige Silvey. I met him. He signed my book. I was a little bit starstruck. One of my favourite characters in the whole book actually is Charlie's friend Jeffrey Lou, who has a cat called Chairman Meow, which I really quite like, but he's a really funny character and I just love the dialogue between them.
Question 5 is Grease, your least favourite ending.
Well, for least favourite ending, I imagine this is a popular opinion.
I'm sure it is.
I picked Allegiant because, to quote another friend of ours, that's not how you write a book where the main character dies. I read this at the same time as one of our other friends. She just kept saying to me, that's not how you write a book. That's not how you write a book. And I didn't know what she meant until I read the end and I was like,
I got spoiled, so I knew it was coming, but it is odd. I like that.
I read it a while ago, so I don't remember all the details of the ending.
I
don't really know why she had to die.
Mine is for Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. This is the last one in the duology. It kind of just ended. It's kind of like, I guess, the Grease ending, where it's sort of just everyone went their separate ways in a way. Nothing really came to fruition. It just sort of like ended, and I was like, that's it.
Anticlimactic.
A little bit. And I really love this series so much, but like it just sort of like didn't have an ending, and I was like, oh. Okay.
Well, mine is a little bit different. I wouldn't finish reading a book I wasn't enjoying, and I couldn't think of any examples, so I've gone for one that just made me really desperately sad, but it's actually one of my favourite books of all time, and that's Friday Brown by Vikki Wakefield. It's another Australian book. I love this book to bits, but the ending just was really, like, it was really beautiful, but really, like, I was sobbing on the plane when I finished reading this book. So it's my least favourite ending because I probably had snot coming out of my nose, and the person, the stranger sitting next to me, was probably like, what is this crazy girl doing? So that's probably why it's my least favourite, but it's a really amazing book. Just make sure you have tissues and probably don't read it on public transport.
Good advice. Question 6, Matilda the musical, your favourite adaptation.
So my favourite adaptation is, I actually found this book, which is The Crow Road by Ian Banks. It's a Scottish book. Found this because I'm a little bit obsessed with a TV show called Heartbeat, and one of the particularly, I thought, cute Scottish policemen on Heartbeat, I went and looked up everything else that he'd done, and he was in the 90s miniseries adaptation of this book, and he just looked really hot, and that's why I watched it. But it is actually a really, really amazing story. It's a bit like a family mystery. It took me like a year to read, only because Ian Banks' writing is like superb.
Just to savour it?
Yes, just to savour it. But I think in terms of like reading the book to movie, it's probably one of the truest adaptations I've read.
My favourite adaptation ever, which is Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins in the Hunger Games trilogy. I think this is my favourite. You all know that I have like a hate of adaptations. So this one is just probably the best adaptation I've ever seen. Like they had it so close to the book. It was just like epic in every way. So this one is definitely my favourite by far.
My answer is a bit different, and I'm actually going to say Love Rosie or Where Rainbows End by Cecilia Ahern. Indy and Michelle both picked theirs because it was so true to the book. I did see the movie before I read the book, but I really liked the changes that they had to make for the movie because it is like quite long. Like the combination of characters and like changing some of the timeline. I just really like the story of the movie, like the way it unfolds better than I did in the book. So favourite adaptation.
Question 7 is Les Mis, your favourite death in a book.
So for favourite death, Harry Potter again, I actually picked Hedwig in the 7th book.
It's not a spoiler.
It's, oh my god, no.
If you haven't read Harry Potter,
if you haven't, I'm not apologising for spoiling the book for you. I picked Hedwig, Harry's owl, because I really like the fact that even though it's sad that his owl dies and is murdered by a Death Eater, that it represents the end of his childhood before he has to go through all of these things in the final like chapter of his story.
I didn't know this, but it's so beautiful.
Yeah, all of J.K. Rowling says all of the deaths in Harry Potter represent something. So
wow.
Well, because he got Hedwig on his 11th birthday from Hagrid, and then he dies before the final thing, and it's like you gotta grow up and take care of shit.
So mine, it's not really a spoiler, but it's Sam Cortland from like the Assassin's Blade, which is part of Throne of Glass, but it's like the novella before it all happens. I didn't do it because it's my favourite, but it's like the saddest one that probably out of all of them, like, that I feel like everyone was really upset, and it was like all the possibilities of what could have happened, but like he's like dead before the first book starts. It's really heartbreaking. I know.
That's like so interesting.
Really?
They invented a character before the book even started.
I know, so it hurts so much. So I mourn Sam to this day.
So mine was also my least favourite ending. It was sad because something happens in here, someone dies, and it was really, really shit. And I really didn't want it to happen, and it was really sad. So this is also my, I guess, favourite.
Alright, so this one we're creating a question 8.
Because
yes.
we can do that. Why not?
I thought we should add Sing in the Rain. Personally, my favourite musical
favourite
ever.
musical.
So we picked that for favourite romance. I'm going to go with Summer Skin by Kirsty Eager, who actually is also another Rocky girl.
We met her.
We all met her.
Yeah, we had coffee with her a few months ago, and she's really,
So
really
lovely.
lovely. So I'm picking her latest book, Summer Skin, which came out at the start of 2016. Jess and Mitch's relationship in this, it's quite feminist, which I'm a fan of. It's sexy in a really modern way. It feels very contemporary, very now, and I loved it, and it is a little bit steamy.
I was gonna pick Clare and Jamie because I cannot not pick them, but I'm trying not to pick Outlander, so I'm going with Auburn and Owen from Confess by Colleen Hoover because she has the best romances ever. You guys should read Colleen Hoover.
Really?
But
Actually,
actually, they're like my favorite contemporary books ever, and I read this one recently enough, so this one was like so heartbreaking but so beautiful, and I don't know what else to say really. It's just so good and sexy too.
Well, mine wasn't really that sexy. I picked Peter and Katniss, and I'm specifically picking them from Catching Fire because I really feel like... oh my god, the Pearl. The Pearl gives me all the feels, but like I just... Well, especially because in the first book, they were like getting to know each other, and then in the third book, she was just trying to like rescue him, and that was like really sad. So in the second one, you know, right in the middle there, they were like really getting on.
Yeah.
So
classic. That is the
musical theatre book
tag. Yay, with our addition of the question. I'm not going to tag anyone because I honestly don't know who likes musical theatre things, so I don't want to force them to do it. Yeah, feel free to do it if you want to do our adaptation-y tag of it, then go ahead, but that's about it.
The rain.
So, thank you to my lovely friends for being here. You will see them again because we're doing some more videos, so you'll see them once again. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! I'm so scared now, I'm embarrassed. We're going to be doing, oh, I need to not look. Bye. Oh my god, I'm having a mental blank. This is terrifying.
We just do just hands behind you.
Gilbert was my first crush. Can I say that again?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
It's because it was a double A.
Alright, question 2 is Sweeney Todd, your favourite villain. Damn it, Caitlin. Damn it, Caitlin.
Wait, can we do that again? Sorry, I was just
I know you were. I was like, I don't know. Alright, question 4 is The Lion King. Your favourite, I forgot what it was.
Favourite sidekick.
Favourite sidekick. Why is it Grease least
Well,
favourite?
I might...
What is the point of it? Like, why would someone choose
Because they just like fly into the sky.
True.
Spoilers. Major spoilers.
It's like Harry Potter. It's one of those ones where it's like...
Spoiler klaxon!
Yeah, like, who cares? Like, Six of Crows. Oh, not Six of Crows. That's the first one. Okay, we'll just do our answer together. Well, that was a nice little like, whoop. Wait, I haven't done the question. Oh, we are still filming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
And dancing in the rain.
Auburn and I've forgotten his name. Holy shit. Everyone go, like, everyone rush out. Ready? Bye!